Well, hello, 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 hello. Hi, thank you for joining Lightworkers Secrets to Success. Today, we are interviewing Raundae Roalson, my good friend. And we're calling this inspirational kind of a pop-up surprise call. And we're just it's actually a discovery call. We're just discovering who Raundae is as a soul essence. And I think a lot of people right now going through this special time are awakening. They're awakening to their gifts. They know there's something deep inside of them. They just don't know what that is. It could be a familiarity to something. They're attracted to something. They just can't put their finger on it, but they're being attracted to people that, or guided to people that, can help them. So Raundae and I, we are always connected. We've worked together for many, many, many years, and we've always stayed connected, but we've also been like spiritually connected. And every little while we get together and have lunch or have, a visit with each other. And it's, I like to call them like little soul chats. And so unlike Raundae, a lot of people in my life, they follow me on Facebook and they love what I post. They love what I'm doing. They love the light and the energy healer that I'm being in the world. And it gives them permission to feel some of those things that they're feeling, and also gives them permission to kind of think, well, maybe there's something there that I need to tap into. So that's kind of what we've been doing today. We've been just doing some discovery. We've been just doing some talking and some soul chatting. And we thought we'd just take it onto YouTube Live so that she can be an inspiration to others that are in her exact same position, in her exact same situation. And it will give people the opportunity to want to reach out and say, hey, I kind of feel that same way. And I need some of that too. So this is Raundae. And so this is going to be totally out of her comfort zone, but we just had a little soul chat, and Adam asked Raundae, like, what are you waiting for? And, and she's like, yeah, what am I waiting for? So I know she has like a lot of emotions that are coming up, a lot of feelings, a lot of probably things that she doesn't really know what exactly those are right at this moment. But there were, as we were in our little meeting, I started getting super, super dizzy. I felt like I wasn't in my body. I felt like I was like in a different dimension. I'm like, what is going on? Like I was reading out of a book and I couldn't see the letters. They were very blurry. And I was like, all right, something's going on here. So that's how I can tell when something's going on. And I kind of just expressed to her like, hey, this was going on with me. And she goes, oh yeah, I get that all the time. So I'm like, so I tested my body, like, is this mine? Okay, no, it's hers. All right. So that's my body's way of trusting the energy and asking my body, because we do have to remember that, like, when you're feeling that way, always ask your body, like, is that my energy? Is that someone else's? Is that something else's? We teach that in Access Consciousness. So I just started releasing. She says she gets the same thing. So I'm like, all right. So as we're talking, I'm releasing and releasing and releasing. I still have to release some more. We kind of stopped because we got into a conversation, but I don't even know how many things I've released already. 4 or 5, 6, 7. I don't know. A bunch. And, but with each, well, actually, maybe I should ask you, with each thing that I released, what did you feel? Did you feel anything in your body?
Less pressure.
In your head?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And
like
I
the
felt
lightheaded went away.
Yeah, exactly. Every time I released, it got a little lighter, little less dizziness. Yeah. Kind of getting you kind of like maybe back into your body. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyways, just lots of fun stuff that we've been discovering today. And what else? I don't know either. One other thing, you guys, is yesterday I did a lot of soul searching. It just kind of, I wasn't soul searching. It was just divine timing. And I was on a Zoom call. I had my round table yesterday, and one of my girlfriends wanted to stay on with me. And we just started chatting, and I took out Dr. Dane book, Being You, Changing the World. And I thought I started this book last year before I moved, and then it got packed up, and I just kind of unpacked it, and I was like, I need to get this book back out. I just had this feeling that I needed it. So as I was telling her about it, because I want my friend Jessica to take my class in Minnesota, my Access Bars class. And I said, yeah, I was like, this is so cool. And anyways, I opened to the page. I opened the page, and the first thing I saw was this sex. And I was like, wait, what's that all about? Like, what is this in the book? So I'm going to read it here because I want everybody to know this is kind of where my healing really started yesterday, and kind of brought me into like a lot of, it was emotions. So this says, so note to the reader. Okay. So please know, one of the most seductive things in the world is when someone looks at you with no judgment. So my friend Jessica and I reread that, and I was like, oh, because we were talking about judgment and judging ourselves and judging others. And I was doing a bunch of clearing over that, and, you know, and what would it take for us not to have judgment towards ourselves or towards others, right? The next little paragraph says, when that happens, your whole being goes, please don't leave. Please don't go. Stay, please. And I thought, oh, it just touched my heart so much. And I'm talking to her, and I'm not looking at the rest of the sentences or the lines. Then I look back down, and it says, are you willing to be that? Then I looked back down again and said, for you. Are you willing to be that for you? Not for anybody else, but for you. To look at yourself with no judgment, looking at the mirror with no judgment. We're so good at saying, oh, you know, I don't have any judgment towards, you know, that person. I love them unconditionally. But we are so tough on ourselves. We hold judgment to ourselves. I'm not getting my class done in time. My book isn't out in time. I can't create this title for my book. I don't have enough, people to coach. No, not enough people are taking my classes. What's wrong with me, right? This book is all about being you and being perfect the way you are. And what if just being you is exactly what the world needs right now? Being you, not changing yourself, but just being you, like 100%. What does that look like? You know, what does that look like for you? So I'm going to invite you guys to tell me, what does that look like for you guys to show up authentically, be in that light into the world? And what does that look like for you guys?
I love that topic because I was just watching a video yesterday that a gal put out there, and that's what it was all about. Mm-hmm. She said 95% of the people on this planet don't even know how to be authentic.
Right.
And if you're not authentic, what you're doing is you're wearing somebody else's personality because you're just copying other people.
Yeah.
Or now, years ago, when I used to date, I dated a lot. I used to always notice you'd meet a guy and they would have a story. And usually that story would last about a year, and then they start repeating it. Ever notice that?
Yeah.
They can't come up with any new material because it's kind of like a script. Now, if you're authentic and you're living in the moment, like you're talking about, every day's a new beginning, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's a lot more fun when you're living like that. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I think it's, pretty difficult in this day and age to be authentic, right? Because whether people are or not, but they're judging you, or you feel like they're judging you. And so, I don't think there's anyone in the world that really enjoys being judged on a day-to-day basis. So to really be authentic, it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of persistence. And you have to have a big self-esteem where you just don't care if someone does judge you or not. You don't care if you're embarrassed or not. You don't care what the outcome is, but you're just being yourself. And I have a few friends that I grew up like that, where, we were in grade 7 sex ed class, and, girls are on one side and guys are on the other side. And you bump your friend and you say, hey, ask this question. And, he's the one that's asking all the questions because he doesn't really care what people think. Right. And just kind of going back there, I mean, it's so difficult, because we all wear this mask for protection. We think we're protecting ourselves, and we're really not. We're actually harming ourselves more. And when you do, and you are around someone who is authentic, isn't it such an amazing feeling? Like, don't you get like this rush and say, man, I wish I could be like that person, like just have the balls or the guts to do something like that, right? Like for me, I mean, that's how I judge myself too much, is I look at other people being authentic and saying, why am I not that authentic? And I think in the last couple of years, I've been getting a lot more authentic and a lot more real, and taking the masks off one at a time. And so, I think, that question is such a difficult one, but it's also a very easy one when we're willing to let go of all the judgments, whether it's on yourself or from anyone else. And it gets pretty awesome, pretty amazing when you do that. So that's kind of my response.
Thank you, Adam. Thanks. We lost Pamela. Maybe
Yeah,
she'll get back on.
Hopefully her internet comes back on.
Yeah, darn it. Well, we can wrap up. It was just a nice little chat, and I just want to invite people that when you do feel like you're in alignment with certain people, and if you are feeling like it's hard to reach out to that person, a lot of times that's the exact person that you need in your life at that moment, to kind of connect the dots and to kind of outline maybe the next steps for you. So I just invite you to always be in the question, and Access Consciousness, they always ask you to be in the question. What else is possible? How does it get better than this? To ask those things over and over and over again. And you're inviting God and inviting the universe to show up and show you how it can get better. And you can always ask those questions, whether you're having a bad day or a good day. You can have a good day and say, well, how's it get better than this? Even having a good day, right? Maybe you want a better day. And what else is possible? So always being in the question. And I just want to thank Raundae for jumping on with us, raw and vulnerable and authentic self, and having fun with us today. I appreciate that.
So have her maybe give us a little bit of backstory on who you are, what you've come from, what you aspire to. Maybe give us a little bit of who you are to our YouTube audience.
Who am I? It's a hard question.
Yeah, it is.
Really. Born and raised in Washington. Went to private Christian school until I was 7th grade. Was first public school. Quite the experience. Heard words for the first time I'd never heard in my life. But because of that religion, I really think it has affected me. I want to do something with the world, in the world. I'm not quite sure what I aspire to be. I don't know. I've always questioned that. I have many skills. I'm capable of anything. I do know that. Fear is a great stopper, though. So learning who I am now is my goal. The healed version of me, because I'm not sure who she is yet.
Cool.
Would you like to uncreate and destroy everything that is blocking you from knowing who you truly be?
Absolutely.
Right, Ron, give that pop back on. Make sure it's bleeding beyond.
And how does it get better than that?
Diction, watch out, girl. I don't know what's coming.
well, what I would like to do, or propose that we do, maybe 1 year from now, you come back and you're able to answer all those questions. And let's see the shift, because we've got it on video, and we can review it beforehand, and we can see the transformation. And how does it get better than that?
Yeah.
I know right before we came on, we did a tarot card reading, and I felt the energy was really intense. I think some of those cards were speaking to you. And I could feel the energy. I could feel the emotions. And I think the emotions are still there. So, how awesome is it going to be when you have that healed and you're living in your true authentic self?
Can't wait.
Amazing. All right. Well, thank you so much for being on Lightworkers Secret to Success. And we are, we're the lighthouses for people that are lost at sea. And we just keep shining brighter and brighter, and people keep finding us more and more. And, whether you need to be healed, whether you need to be sparked, whether you need to get a little kick in the butt, whatever it is to shine your light brighter than what it is. That's what we're all about, and raising the consciousness, getting the results that you truly deserve. What your soul contract is when you came here, when you incarnated here, finding it, knowing what it is, and then completing it and moving on to your next soul contract. Those are the things that we're really about. And everyone has a different story. There's not one mold that fits all. And for us, going through this experience in this journey, it's so wonderful and so magnificent. And I'm glad that you were here, and I put you in a little bit of an uncomfortable position, but good for you for showing up and, taking that question is, what are you waiting for? Well, this is the first step, just being out of your comfort zone, because everything inside your comfort zone doesn't grow. Only the things on the outside of your comfort zones are the things that grow. So I'm really excited to see 1 year from now on how much you've grown. And I'm sure our audience is. And if there's anyone else that is watching this that would just like to be on spur of the moment and start to live in your true authentic self, reach out to us, send us an email, and we'll be glad to give you an interview and help you really start to be your authentic self.
Yeah. All right. Awesome.
Thank
Thank
you.
you guys
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you again, Raundae. Thank you, everybody. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so you can follow us, get the notifications so you know when we're going live. We thank you.